Hey everybody. Um, as you filter in, which I hope you do, happy Saturday night. Let me mute that real quick. We'll figure it out later. Hi Linds. Mark, I just wanted you to know that I sent that link via email. Let me know. I was going to do it through Messenger like normal, but when I opened it up on my computer, it said it needed to be re-updated or updated. And I'm not going to do that with a minute to go to the show or 2 minutes to go. So I sent it that way. Let me know in the chat if you don't have it yet. Then maybe I'll post it in chat and then delete it. We'll figure it out. I've got some great news that I'm going to share a little bit later once people file in into the room. It's about Dirty Helen stuff. I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm getting some weird noise. Weird, coming through my system. I don't know what that was, some kind of static pulse. Yeah, so that's going to be really cool regarding Dirty Helen. Some exciting stuff coming up on that. But it's in the works, and I didn't just want to jump off and not do anything tonight. And I had talked about last week starting a new series that kind of dives into my catalog, basically the country, the roots, blues, ballads, things like that, Americana, all under that umbrella, on the suggestion of my wife and Gary Alexander, saying, hey, dive in and do some woodshedding and show some of that music. And it turns out I've got a pretty big catalog of that stuff. That I'll share the story about it once we get Mark in here, and we can have a chat about it. So let's just waiting on Mark. Let's check out if I've got sound on the guitar. Seems to be. Cool. So if you saw the link, I'm sure you did because you clicked on it and came to the show, but I'm kind of having fun with the thumbnails. I don't really know what it's going to look like yet. Just kind of threw something together. And the reason why there's the word country is censored is because for those of you that know me through the Dirty Helen years and the basics and Bittersweet and Bentley and Footloose or Featherhead, I'm not known to write country music, so I just had a little fun with that. But turns out that as we get into this series, I'll tell you all about my late arrival to country music, because it's an interesting story, and then we'll dive in through some songs. I've got a few keyed up tonight that I might touch on. But I kind of want to, you know what, while we're waiting, I'll just play one and we'll try to get Mark on. And we'll just do this. No, I won't do that one. We'll do a ballad. This is a song that I wrote that I was going to put together a cool video on, but I haven't done it yet. But it's just a little ballad. It's called "Sleep Like a Child."
face of my blues. I feel better knowing you are here in this room. Stay here tonight and help me to find something good. I wanna sleep like a child and dream of the time that was good. I wanna let my emotions run wild, and with you I could. So pull your pillow up close and lean into me. Your hair like a Tennessee rose, sweet as can be. We'll watch shadows dance on the wall in the candlelight. So stay here tonight and help me to find something right. I wanna sleep like a child and dream of a time that was good. I wanna let my emotions run wild, and with you I could. I wanna breathe in this moment for the rest of my life. Sleep like a child in your arms, a candlelight. Sleep like a child in your arms till the morning light.
He says email hasn't arrived. We'll try something different then. Let me see if I can send it. You know what? I'm just going to paste it in here, and if you can grab it, and then I can delete it. Is that all right, Mark? That's the most direct way instead of just trying to route through a bunch of different stuff. Let me turn that one off. Yeah, I'm getting some interference in my system tonight for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Linds. I wrote that one during the pandemic, the lockdowns and stuff. In fact, most of these songs were written during that time. Do I have anything else I can throw up while we're waiting? This is a rough demo, but you might get a kick out of this one. It's called A Beautiful Mistake. It's really, really rough. But I can play that one.
I've never read a horoscope. Don't believe in lovers' hope. Look would my way, shine a light on me. But there was something in the air that day. Headed with the boys to the lake.
I see you in the remark.
Windows down, music playing loud. I missed my turn. There you were. Car broke down, looking like an angel smiling back at me. It was a beautiful mistake. The magic hit the face, turned my car around. That day up by the lake, such a beautiful mistake, turned your this can be some happenstance, some game of chance. All I can see is that you and me were meant to find each other. Oh yeah. It's a beautiful mistake, a bridge you can't defend. Turn my car around. That day up by the lake, such a beautiful mistake. Turn your heart around. It's a beautiful mistake. Turn your heart around. Beautiful mistake. Turn my heart around.
Yeah, well, that was one I was going to share way down the line, but since we've got some issues, I thought it's loaded right there. I'll just play that one. So, I have no idea what I did earlier, Mark, but I'm going to bring it to your scene. A movie's going to play in the background, so just... So, I don't know why. I got to find out what I did and remove that. I guess that's your fanfare.
Good to see you, brother.
And it's sad because I'm going to go to this so I can load you in here. And for whatever reason, every time I go back to that,
Hey, Patrick. Good to see you,
it's
man.
going to play it again. So I'm just going to kill it for now. I don't know how to delete that out of here. I accidentally, when I was trying to import it earlier. Yeah.
You might want to get rid of that link in chat now. It's
Oh, yeah, let's do that. I've never deleted deleted
You
one.
just, I think, maybe right-click on it, or if there's a couple of dots beside it.
No, I can add it to the broadcast. I can ban it. I don't want to ban that because that would...
Don't know the eCam interface that well, but there should be. Actually, in your YouTube chat,
Yeah,
can you see YouTube?
I can't. You should have access to delete that.
Yeah, it won't let me. I can only block it.
Yeah, see, this is something I've never attempted to do before.
Yeah, you kind of need to. You need to have a YouTube tab open for a sec. You can close it again.
Oh, yeah, it
But
might...
if you can open a YouTube for a second, just
No, maybe I can do it on my phone. Let me try that.
Yeah.
Hey, Patrick, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties tonight.
yeah. Our usual last minute down to the wire. You ready?
Yeah. Let me try that. All right, now I'm in it so I can see it. And there's that. You know, I can't from my phone. Yeah, I can't do it from my phone.
Hey, afterwards.
It'll go by. I'm not that worried about it. If we ever have any problems, we could just create a new stream.
Not a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
Get any randoms dropping in. I don't know.
Oh, I'm still playing through my phone. Hang on. Yeah, so this is very informal tonight. Yeah, so where was I going to start?
Sorry, next door neighbor noise. Yep.
It's all right. I did switch the stream to 720 this time because I want to make. I was going to attempt to do some other things with video, and I noticed that when I was doing it in 1080 before, the opening movies were the logo scenes were freezing. So once I get the new computer all working, we'll be in 4K and it'll be super fast. So
sounds good.
yeah, so I have some great news. I'll share it in a few minutes about the Dirty Helen story and saga and epic thing that's been going on. I have agreements that I am going to have at some point all the band members on the show.
Excellent.
Not at the same time. But that's going to be really cool, and we can talk more about that. And, yeah, so Gary Alexander, our friend, dear friend, and my wife were saying, you should do a series on your music. And a lot of people don't know that you dabbled in country, which I didn't until about 2018. When I have two good friends, and you're going to see me just drop their names, Lindsay Rigdon and Ferguson. Anyway, they're songwriters, and Morgan Ferguson. He was from the band from the 80s, the Four Reasons Unknown. They were on VH1.
Okay.
And anyway, so they were putting together a publishing company called Clownfoot Publishing, and asked me to join them. And so we had a meeting, and we thought, well, what do we want to sell for songs? What do we want to write and sell? Because rock bands we're all rockers, and rock bands really don't buy songs. And we're not going to write the next Lady Gaga or Taylor Swift type song.
Yep.
And so we landed on country because it's in 2018. It still is a big market to write and sell songs for Nashville. So
Man,
I just
the market now. The market now is going crazy. If I turn on normal radio stations here, the amount of country rock music that is coming through at the moment is just insane.
Yeah. And like Gary was telling me today, is like, what actually is country music anymore,
Hey, Richard and Patrick, welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, so we decided that it was going to be country, and I went down a YouTube rabbit hole of Chris Stapleton, Keith Urban.
Oh, yeah.
Landed on my favorite, which was Jason Isbell, and I just studied them. How do they phrase? How do they do their craft? And ended up getting pretty good at writing country music, and ended up I thought I did, I had 3 dozen maybe. Ended up with 76 songs that I had written during the pandemic. So I've got a ton of them that are still on the phone recordings. I've got a bunch that are on a playlist on my channel, the CV19 patio sessions. And then I've got a bunch that I recorded, and most don't have videos. And then the ones that do have videos, they were released so long ago, they got like 150 views. So maybe during this I can get them YouTube up and we can show that stuff again. But so that's how we ended up in this. Hey, Patrick Burns is in the house. Richard, thank you, brother, for being here. And yeah, so the funny thing is, I've been in the rock music most of my life. And when I got into this country music, the very first song I sold to my publisher in Hollywood was a country song called Pretty Like Fire. And I'm going to play that one now. And I'm going to jump over to that scene so I can figure out, so I can line it up. There it is. And I haven't played this song before today since I wrote it in like 2019 or 2020. And it's fun. So I'm gonna do this one, give it a shot, and we'll see what happens.
At the night, erase the shadows, creating light. I'm powerless beyond all.
Yeah, see, I had it queued up to go first, but then we couldn't get Mark on, so I played another song, and I'm not in drop D. So.
The joys of technology. Yeah.
Try it again. Yeah, this show's got lots of fun tonight.
Embers at night, erase the shadows, creating light. I'm powerless beyond all. Might as well be shoveling smoke. The thing you want the most will only cause you pain. Oh, hell surrounds you. The hell she creates, but every night I still see her face. She's too hard to touch, too bright to ignore. She's pretty like fire, but the absence of war. Silence, too full of desire, so dangerous. Oh, she's pretty like fire. The dancing flame in the glint of her eyes pulls me in with the hand of desire. She moves in close, the candlelight ease. Find the lock, she's got the keys. She plays with me like a crucible of lust, leaving me empty. Just ashes and dust, but every time I still play the game. She's too hard to touch, too bright to ignore. She's pretty like fire, but with the absence of warmth. Too loud to silence, too full of desire, so dangerous. She's pretty like fire. My mama said, don't touch that stove. Don't play with matches, but I'd still go. For trouble seems to follow me like an angry hive full of bees. But I'm drawn like a moth to that flame. 'Cause she's too hard to touch, too bright to ignore. She's pretty like fire, but with the absence of warmth. Too loud to silence, so full of desire. Yeah, she's so dangerous. She's too hard to touch, too bright to ignore. She's pretty like fire, but with the absence of warmth. Too loud to silence, so full of desire.
Yeah, the fingers don't work well with that tonight. That
That's a country hook. Gary would be horrified.
So I see what's going on. I had interference because a cat was on my desk and he had accidentally turned on my computer monitors, which don't have a signal. So that's what those noises were. Oh, real quick, the guitar that I'm playing tonight. Hey, Preston, it's nice to see you in the house.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, this is a Michael K guitar.
Okay.
That
Nice.
it came with a white pickguard, but as you've noticed on most of my guitars that have a black pickguard, they're all black pearl, no matter what color they are. So I bought a black pearl one, which didn't actually fit, so I had to modify it. And you can see it's right here. There's a little gap, and some other things. But yeah, I actually saw this on. It's got a beautiful maple.
Yeah, I love that faux binding. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a veneer. It's not a maple top.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I saw it on the Facebook, just an ad on the Facebook 8 years ago, and it was only like $270 or something. And even though I knew it was a veneer, I asked some friends about it, and they said, "Yeah, those are pretty good guitars." Now apparently they're hard to get, or they got expensive. I don't know. Mark, you were telling me more about the guitar than I knew about it. So yeah, I did it again, and we're gonna play that.
A little. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's enough people now. So yeah, so a couple of days ago, I got a message from Greg McCormick, the lead singer of Dirty Helen. That he said, yeah, he and Gary, the two founding members. Greg is the lead singer, Gary is the drummer. They want to come on and do a show with us. So we just got to work out the logistics.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. Really cool.
And then Colin I'm going to do Colin, the bass player. He's going to come over to the house, and we're going to do it traditionally, where I set up multiple cameras, lights, shoot the interview, shoot the performances, and then edit together. So that's going to be a production. If they want to come over, this is going to be a while before we actually get this. It's going to be probably around Christmas by the time we get it out. If they're going to do it traditionally, just to be honest. But if they can get them to do the stream, like with Chad Haley, that was so flawless and fluid, and because it's more about we're going to let them play, listen to whatever songs. This time I won't be playing over them. We'll be listening and talking about them. And they can tell, Gary can talk drum gear and polyrhythms, and Greg can talk about his writing process and songs and what they meant. And that's
Hey, Gary.
Hey.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, Gary.
Crikey.
Yeah. We've been having fun here tonight, Gary. We've had all sorts of problems. But yeah, so I just wanted to introduce. Well, to wrap up the thing, thank you for all of you for coming out and checking out the Woodshedding Dirty Helen series. It's been a joy for me to just listen to the music and present that music to the world, since we've not been on any social media or streaming services. And it allowed me to kind of learn how to do this, with Mark and Justin and Gary, and get better at interacting with people in the chat and paying attention to multiple windows and things.
Yep, multiple computers and
yeah. So yeah, it's
And did you notice Helen comment on your thing of going? She's going to make a video with her. I'm not Helen.
Yeah, I did. I've even extended her an invitation to come on the show. Dirty Helen is not
lovely.
named after Helen, our friend and fan of the band, but she is huge responsibility, or not responsibility, person behind pushing to get a reunion. Just constantly on her Facebook page, sending me messages, sending me little videos of her and her daughter in the car listening to Dirty Helen, just keeping that band alive. So it might be cool to bring her on for a show. And so I don't know. She's bashful these days, and she is very busy. But we'll try. It might be cool.
She was getting interested. Yep.
So there's going to be more on the Dirty Helen stuff, and then if and when the reunion does happen, I'll have cameras everywhere. I'll begin, I'm going to do what I can to document everything I can from it, and keep that going, because that was a special band. So moving on, I didn't want to just sit here for 2 months not doing anything. Well, we're waiting to get the other stuff with the Dirty Helen. So Gary Alexander had suggested, and my wife, and supported by Mark and Justin, that's the crew behind all of these shows, that I dive into some of my music, which I thought, well, you know what? They don't really know, most of my friends don't know the country side of me, because I'm just not known in country circles in Texas. So I just wanted to share a couple songs tonight and tell you about it, and then get my computer upgraded to the new Mac so I can utilize all of those functionality, speed, and start bringing in the older videos and things like that. So I'm going to line up the next one. Well, this is a fun one. The interesting story behind this song. My wife Stacy nearly died a couple years ago. She had a perforation in her intestines, and it was just emergency surgery. They had to go cut her open and take like 15 inches of her intestines out and resection them, and it was touch and go. And when we finally got home and got through the stress of finally we got her home, everything's cool, she's healing. Of all the songs I could have written, it should have been "Sleep Like a Child," the first beautiful ballad that I wrote about just sleeping like a child in her arms. No, I wrote this one, and hopefully she forgave me. But this is called "Sweet Carolina," and it's a boogie woogie. And I'll tell you more about the song after it's over. You know what I should do? Tune back up. All right.
Slowly like a bus before action. I can feel my wheels spinning, trying to get some traction. I'll always be true. Even when I'm down, you know that you can count on me. I'll never leave you. Call me in a pinch, and wherever you are, I'll be for coming home. The Comet Grill and Coyote Joe's. It's been too long since we hit the town. Come on, say baby, it's going down. Come on, baby, come on. Sweet Carolina, we're coming home. Feeling better than it feels to go. Charlie's rocking almost every night. We can burn the candle down till the morning light. Come on. We can burn the candle down till the morning light. Come on, baby, let's do this right. Come on. Baby, come on.
Yeah, that was not the first song you'd expect me to write when my wife came home from nearly losing her life in surgery, but I was joyful that she was home. Hey, Mike Shaner's here.
Yeah, great to see you, Mikey.
And I did not play the solo on that. That was played on a telly, but it was played by a local pro out here. His name is Rick Curcio. He's a magnificent guitar player. And I thought when I'm hanging out with him and getting to know him, I was like, I've got a song I want you to play on. And he came over to the house. We mic'd everything up. And I think that was in like 2 passes with maybe 1 punch at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was, that's country, it's blues. I don't know what it is. Skinner-ish?
It's country, man. It's country.
Oh, I forgot to bring you back in.
Country rock. Yeah. Country rock. And you'll get used to doing that. Yep.
Yeah. At some point, I've got to figure out what I did with this. Excuse me, every time I go back to the scene, it's going to play a music track behind it. But I'm sure it's in there, and it's just a mess, so we'll figure it out. But, so I saw you got a new car, Mark? Was that
no,
not
they're
the new
just
one?
ones that my work is loaning me because I work for a big dealership. We got all kinds of vehicles. I mean, you saw the first one that I sent you some photos of that dirty great big Ineos thing. It's like you want to go safari.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think prompted Gary's crikey. Yep.
Right. 2-stepping country, yeah, that I could see that.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is going to be kind of cool. At some point, I'm going to be diving into some of these songs with my actual Logic, my DAW sessions, and we can talk about parts and solo things out, and that'll be fun. And those will be just like, we're going to dive into this song, a song, and I can kind of talk you through the process of how I recorded different things, and that's going to be fun. That'll be fun for me, just to it's like, doing surgery, on a song to see what I did back then. I'm sure I didn't have the as good of equipment as I have now. I had cheaper mics. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's going to sound cringeworthy, and maybe there's some that, that sounds really bad in the best way. I'm hoping.
Man, it could. I mean, I keep on saying it to you, but I'll keep on saying it to you. Is it could be fun even just to grab one and let's work it up live.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been planning on doing some live tracking. Do it not at this hour, but when I do I don't typically do recording at this time on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
This is usually my wife's only night off. Mm-hmm. So it's already, but I plan on doing some of that. And that would be kind of cool. Clues. Bluntry. What is it when they mix country and rap?
Or
Is it called crap?
Post Malone?
I don't know. But I do want to close with one last song. This is a demo. It was like mix 5. It's not even up to the final mixes yet. And there's some junk in there that I've got some glitchiness that I've got to probably re-record. But this is probably I did not send this one to my publisher in Hollywood. I'm trying to hold on to this to get it into the hands of a big country artist, because I believe it's going to be a redneck anthem.
Okay, I know this track.
And it was so fun to put together. I actually had to go and Google and learn about rednecks. Why are they called rednecks? Where do they come from? Well, stories about Appalachia, and they built the railroads,
Sunburn
and the mining, and I live in a family with a lot of rednecks. They're ex-rodeo riders. They competitive barbecue. I mean, come on, NASCAR.
I know at least one other person in this stream at the moment that identifies with that.
Yeah. So this is a song called "Like It's a Bad Thing."
Mm-hmm.
And let's find out what rednecks are about. Let me jump over to that other. I don't even want to I'm just going to stay in this scene because, again, I haven't really played along with this. But, this is called Like It's a Bad Thing. It's a story song.
After a long day of work in the summer heat, I met the boys in the bar to have a few drinks. We were chilling in the back, burning our steam, just good old boys doing our thing. Well, them uptown boys that travel in a pack, with their vape cigarettes and their wads of cash. They were making jokes at our expense. I knew this night was gonna get tense. Oh, yeah. With liquid courage filling their blood, one of them boys thought he'd have some fun. He said, "Hey, redneck, let me buy you a drink." I thought, you say that like it's a bad thing. Like it's a bad thing to believe in an honest day's work. Like it's a bad thing to be called the salt of the earth. We might drink all night, but we rise with the sun. We'll break our backs to get the job done. I don't care who you are or even how you think, but don't you ever say redneck like it's a bad thing. I don't think you like what I had to say. I just shook my head and I walked away. Well, I got no time to educate some city boy who thinks that way. Well, his friends at the bar got their dander up. I could see my boys were ready to jump. I said, you take on one, you take us all. We rise together, together we'll fall. But just before it all went south, I tried my best just to settle it down. I said, redneck is our country creed, but you say that like it's a bad thing. Like it's a bad thing to be strong when times are hard. Like it's a bad thing to be a man of his word. We don't back up or apologize for being proud of our country life. I don't care who you are or even how you think, but don't you ever say redneck like it's a bad thing.
I love that track.
Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, I felt like
I love your lyrics.
Yeah, there just needed to be something to, you know, there's the quality of their work ethic. Every redneck that I know, and I'm talking to you, Larry Wells, out there, that lives around here. He's redneck, but the guy's work ethic's just solid. And my favorite line is, you know, you might think you've seen fear, but you ain't seen it until you see a redneck in army greens.
I like the line of educating a city boy.
Yeah, with their vapes, with their vape cigarettes. I'm the city boy in this story, by the way. So yeah, a lot of the songs that I'm going to present through the series are roots, rock, some kind of bluesy, some that are very New Orleans, and ballads, acoustic ballads in that genre, and then that's about as country as I get right there, I think.
I suppose the first thing that we ever did was kind of borderline.
Yeah, that one's
probably a little more folky than
more
country,
folk than country, but yeah. And then we've got that country rock one that we need to finish the video on. JG and M, Jesus, Guns, and Money. A little controversial, but it's got Bobby Lopes on drums, and we lost him. So we want to get it done. We just didn't want to release it right after he had passed because the song kind of takes a shot across about religion. So, but yeah, so
not something I'm unused to, but maybe you are. So yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I spent 10 years in the Christian music industry. Gary spent about the same amount of time.
Gary's going, you're more country than most country stars are.
That's coming from a man in Nashville that recently cut off his mullet.
Music.
That recently cut off a mullet. Thank you, Gary.
And doesn't play country and plays surf music and lives in Nashville.
Yeah, he plays soul music. You know, beach music is like Motown with happy lyrics. Well, everybody that came out, I'm so sorry about the first opening quarter of the show, trying to work out some bugs. But, you know, I'm not pretending to be a real great YouTuber streamer, but I do appreciate you guys. I enjoy hanging out with everybody.
We'll get some timing issues kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Maybe get stuff organised a few minutes earlier. But
next week for sure.
It's always fun, man. We don't pretend to be super professional at the moment, but
and fun. We're going to definitely play that one. Old Tent Revival. I want to present the video when we do that one. I don't want to play over it. I just want to present that video. I'm going to get the videos working before the next stream, hopefully. So I'm just going to say, everybody look to the channel on Facebook or wherever. I will let you guys know as soon as I get a hard date on the Dirty Helen interviews. And let you know how this thing is progressing and try to come up with some more entertaining stories next week. We'll figure something out.
We got a few of them.
We do.
Yeah.
Wait till the last minute. Yeah, I saw your message today. I agreed with it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Thank you so much. This went longer than I thought it would because I thought we'd get Mark on like that, and we'd be through the first song in the first 8 minutes, and we got around there.
I guess it gave everybody a chance to come along. So,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Well, peace and love to all you people. I'll talk to you in a minute, Mark.
Yeah,
And
everybody.
and we'll see you next
Thank
week.
you for
and
coming.
we'll see what happens. So thank you so much, everybody. Love you guys.